Good evening. Let us discuss today's current affairs. June 21st, yesterday, is an International Yoga Day. Yoga for body, mind and spirit. Yoga for body, mind and spirit. There was a trade war. Presently, there is a very big tussle in the world that is going on called trade war. India notifies higher tariffs on US imports. India notifies higher tariffs on US imports. In the trade war, in the ongoing trade war, India retaliated to the US by imposing 50% higher tariffs on around 30 US goods like almonds, walnuts, many variety of goods. So India right now also entered into the trade war by retaliating the US. But India gave a deferred date. The implementation of these new tariffs will start from August 4th. The implementation of new tariffs start from August 4th. Thereby India giving some breathing space for negotiations in WTO. So there can be a space for negotiations in WTO. So this was the trade war issue. Next important thing, world's hungry population on the rise again, says UN report. According to the recent UN report, the hungry population in the world after 1 decade have increased. In the recent past, there is no increase of hungry population. The population who are starving. Now there was an increase. At present, according to 2015 data, it was 815 million people who are hungry. 815 million people who are hungry. So world's hungry population got increased. According to the recent UN Sustainable Goals report, world's hungry population got increased. This we have to think about that. And coming to today's editorial, dangerous spiral. Dangerous spiral. This is relating to the trade war. Trade war means a war on particularly countries which increase their tariffs, quotas and impose special duties or taxes on the goods which are imported to their country. Generally, trade wars are the followers of protectionism. If a country wanted to protect their own goods, their own manufacturers, their own businesses, generally they will impose more taxes on foreign goods which were imported into their country. But trade wars are considered as against globalization and free trade. Trade wars are considered as against globalization and free trade. Trade wars are not new to the world, but of late, the recent trade wars started in March 2018. The recent trade wars started in March 2018 with Donald Trump levying tariffs on aluminum and steel products. Donald Trump levying tariffs on aluminum and steel products. It affected China a lot. Also it affected India, but majorly it affected China. Last year, China's exports to America are around $500 billion. Now with our American tariffs on China, around $450 billion worth of Chinese trade will get affected. So China retaliated to it. China also imposed tariffs on American goods. Around $50 billion American exports will suffer with the China's tariff imposition. Apart from that, European Union also imposed on America and America also imposed tariffs on European Union. And when compared to US-China and US-European Union, the trade war between India and US is very minute, very small. But the thing is, for the first time after these 2 months, Even stock markets started showing their effects because of trade war. Dow Jones have fallen. Now trade wars might end up in the sluggishness in the growth of international economy. The international economic growth rate might get affected. The mechanism of WTO, the institution of WTO might lose its relevance. The institution of World Trade Organization also might lose its relevance. And most importantly, the countries, the trade is not only for business, it will also have cultural integration. Even this may get affected, and Donald Trump as a businessman start thinking about his own trade, his own country's interest. But protectionism is good to an extent, but in the name of protectionism, discouraging foreign goods will also end up in reducing consumer choices. It also ends up in reducing consumer choices. So trade wars might be a probable question in the coming mains. Trade wars between and among countries might be the probable question. Even last week's G7 summit, the Donald Trump received a lot of criticism, lot of flack from various countries. Let us see how it is going to affect. Next important article, how the world explains football. How the world explains football. For the first time in Azadi Stadium in Tehran, Iran, women are allowed to see the match, football match. For the first time in Azadi Stadium in Tehran, Iran, women are allowed to see the football match. Generally we consider football as a game, but football can act like diplomacy. Football can make good politics, good economics, and football can also bring social movements. This is a very great achievement that we have used football for women emancipation in Iran. It's a good achievement. Here comes, there are 2-3 issues. Women should be considered on par with men. Women should be given choice to sit on par with men. Women are equal along with men. And just even the 21st century, we should not discriminate them from their basic things. Next important article is on wave of lynchings, killings of other human beings based on their religion for trivial and trivial grounds, for very small grounds and trivial grounds have become very common in India. Recently in Uttar Pradesh, 2 Muslim men were attacked and severely injured. One man died because of some cattle issues, small cattle issues. So there is an urgent need to take a call on these lynchings. From last 2-3 years, we are finding time and again many lynchings. Next important article is an old Kashmir-Jammu dilemma. An old Kashmir-Jammu dilemma. This is relating to BJP severing its ties with PDP in Jammu and Kashmir. BJP coming out of alliance with People's Democratic Party in Jammu and Kashmir. So this article says Jammu had a lot of Hindu population. In order to encash the votes, politicians and political parties will actually work for extra political mileage, and this is the last minute game for coming elections. And this incident is not first in Kashmir. In 1952 itself, when Sheikh Abdullah made certain land reforms which affected Hindu Kashmiri Pandits, there was a lot of agitation along with many Hindu organizations and groups. So Jammu and Kashmir is not only for Pakistan Kashmir problem, the issue was also politicized and many political parties are entering into that. The other told, without bothering about opportunistic politics, without bothering about next vote bank, it is better to have a highly visionary solution over Kashmir issue. Next important article, should Delhi be given statehood? Should Delhi be given statehood? There is one thing here. By 69th amendment, Delhi became National Capital Territory and Delhi got the Lieutenant Governor. And with respect to police, law and order and land, with respect to Delhi state, it is the central government which will take a call, not the Delhi state government, because all intelligence and security agencies, foreign embassies and all important events in the government happen in Delhi. So Delhi police, Delhi land and Delhi law and order is in the hands of the central government. Aam Aadmi Party is demanding for separate state. Aam Aadmi Party demanded for statehood to Delhi. Aam Aadmi Party demanded for statehood to Delhi. The reason is, in many policing issues, even IAS officer transfers appointments, central government and Lieutenant Governor are playing a key role than the Delhi government. So, Aam Aadmi Party is not happy with this move. These are the important current affairs today. Thank you.